I don't know why.
Because I normally don't sit this low in this chair, but for whatever reason I am. So here we are. Hello. I'm just a head and shoulders.
The height is deceiving because it's not at all accurate.
Well, at least this dress, for whatever reason, likes to ride down. So, as boobalicious as I am, I don't want to put it on.
That's why.
Oh, okay. She had an extra pillow because I provide pillows for most of my chairs in case you get sore for your bum or your back, as I say.
Most of our chairs are rather comfy.
Yeah, most of them, yes. Just shuffling up my tarot cards here. What are we talking about? We didn't really discuss
Oh, crap.
that.
I love when we don't discuss things beforehand.
Yeah.
It's always an adventure.
Yeah, exactly. So I've got the Rider-Waite-Smith tarot deck today because I've been using this in the parlor, and yeah, there you go. We were just talking about an event I'm doing. So
Yeah,
if you're local to Kingston,
Let's talk about the event. I'm really excited about it.
yeah, so it's at Shoppers Drug Mart. It's September 13th or 14th, somewhere in there. It's a Saturday from noon till 4. And I will be there offering mini tarot readings because a client of mine who manages the beauty department of that Shoppers asked me if I wanted to be a part of it because she thought it'd be a nice little addition
Yeah.
to their beauty event. So you can,
As it is.
yeah, so you can go, and I don't know all the details myself. She posted it up, and I was like, oh, okay. And then she said, do you want to be a part? And I said yes. And I know you get goodie bags. So there's goodie
You
bags.
get goodie bags?
Yes.
I am there.
yes.
I hope I'm not working.
And there's a girl that's going to be waxing, and there's, so you know, your eyebrows, the chin hairs you don't want, kind of thing. And there's going to be the client of mine she's doing like skincare analysis and, you know, guiding you as to what are the right products for yourself, because sometimes we're still using the Clearasil from high school. It's like, that's not.
This might actually be beneficial because I'm actually looking into skincare for the first time in a long time.
Right.
So I should probably.
Yeah, about every 10 years, every decade, you should at least revamp your skincare, because 20 skin versus 30 skin is different, right? And then there's also, I believe there's going to be someone that's going to be doing makeup artistry as well.
Ooh.
Yeah, so you can see what looks look good on you, what colors, and all that kind of good stuff.
Here. Oh, my phone's over there.
And I'm sure there's a lot of stuff that's happening. Let me see if I can call up the event if there's more
Yeah, I was
details.
going to say, I would do that, but we're using my phone for the podcast.
Yes,
So.
yes, exactly. So here we go. No, hang on. Gotta go on my own page. Sorry.
It was less than 30 seconds, so they can't copyright flag us.
That's right. There you go. So yeah, tickets are $10. I'm not sure what that's about. You get a $5 beauty voucher too.
So really, tickets are $5.
Yes, exactly. Spin the wheel to win gifts and gift bags and more. And raffle tickets for multiple gifts, gift baskets starting at $3. And proceeds supporting the Lennox and Addington Interville House. So that's always good. And it's the Shoppers Drug Mart at 15 Sherwood Avenue for those of you that are local to Kingston. And skin analysis, mini makeovers, waxing, and are from the beauty manager. Get your brows picture perfect with the beauty specialist that they'll have there. And mini makeovers with another beauty specialist. Skin analysis are also available through her. And then, of course, me. Ta-da! Mini tarot readings and more.
I love it. I'm so excited, and now I really hope I'm not working.
Yeah, and it's a good. Oh, sorry, stop. It's a great thing to show up for, because they're always going to be handing. Like, I know, having been in the beauty industry, they have tons of things under the counter that they can give you. Plus, they probably made vendors aware that they're doing this beauty event. So they've probably been given a lot of stuff from their vendors to hand out.
Does that mean we're going to be doing some sort of mini goodie bag from Goddess with like a...
Yeah, perhaps. Yeah, that's a good idea. I'll do a little mini package of some kind.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
little mini surprise with your mini tarot
Exactly.
reading.
Exactly. So it's worth it to go. You know, I'm not sure what the $10 tickets are about. I think it's part of the fundraising.
Yeah, I would assume that, and I
Mhm.
mean it's for a great cause.
Mhm.
So yeah, come support a local charity
Mhm.
and some local business people,
And embrace your beauty.
and embrace some beauty and some self care.
Yeah, exactly. Can't go better than
No.
that. So yeah, that's always fun. So that's me in a nutshell right now.
I'm just waiting on school to start.
Yeah,
Waiting
yeah.
on work to start back up.
Yeah.
So if you've wanted a Reiki session
Mhm.
and your summer is more available than your fall, because same,
Yep.
get in here next week,
Yeah.
because that's when my special ends, is next week. $25 Celtic Reiki is available. And if you really ask nicely, I will extend that to my regular Reiki session. Yeah. And if you just want to come in and chat Reiki or chat tarot and Rhonda's not here, I'm glad to answer
Yeah.
questions. And if I can't help you, I know she can.
But you're a very gifted tarot reader as
Oh,
well.
thank you.
Oh, yeah. Well, you trained under me. How can you not
Yes,
be
I was
gifted?
going to say, I trained under the best here. Come on.
So talking tarot. Is there anybody on right now? No.
No, there is not.
Okay, that's okay. There usually isn't in the first bit, but what do we want to talk about? What's going on? Oh, I pulled the death card. Just seeing
Transformations.
Transformations. Yeah, maybe I'll talk about that right now. Transformations.
No.
No?
I'd say you need to wait for the date.
Okay. All right. Transformations. Well, I've done some transformations.
We will talk about what Rhonda's announcement is next week.
Yeah, next week. That's a good idea. But I also pulled Temperance. Pulled some big cards.
Balance.
Yeah, balance. It's the hell you've been through
Yeah.
and survived. So, yeah, I've been through a few hells in my life. I know the edges of my envelope.
And I am working with the lovely, and I'm gonna. Ooh, the lovers. I have a
Ooh.
choice coming up.
Another major arcana. We've
Yeah.
got two big.
So I was just gonna do one of the Healing Light Tarot by Los Scarabeo.
Oh.
This was one of the ones that I contemplated getting a backup deck for, because I'm pretty, like, it's mass market, should still be in print, don't quote me on it.
Okay.
But it's got some portals kicking around. That's the Three
Oh.
of Cups, but it's very like shadow light.
Yeah.
Like it's
even the
it's
backs of
yeah,
it.
it's just really interesting. The backs are like a little portal.
Mm-hmm.
It was one of the first decks that I was like, oh, this is talking to me.
Oh, okay. And then it's got Cupid with the arrow.
Yeah.
And I was just reading about arrows. There was a goddess. Who was it now?
Artemis.
Maybe.
Sorry, I'm reading Percy Jackson, so.
Oh, okay. There was a goddess. She's an old goddess that did the same thing as Cupid, basically. But her arrows brought you not only love, but love with knowledge. So discernment.
That sounds more like Aphrodite.
No, it wasn't. It's an old goddess.
Okay.
I
want to say.
Aphrodite has never had arrows.
Okay, so I want to say it's Artemis. Because
Okay.
Artemis is the hunter. Well, no, sorry. If you go, correct me, because I'm going to screw this up. Greek or Roman,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because there's two pantheons of the
Yeah.
same kind of
And
thing.
then there's like Sanskrit.
Yes.
Like, those older ones. I can't remember the names. Everything's slipping my mind right now. But she's a goddess that has been dismissed and sort of transformed into
Ooh, that's interesting.
Cupid. Because with Cupid's arrows, the story is if you get shot with Cupid's arrow, you fall in love with the next person you see.
Oh.
So there's no discernment.
I feel like there should be discernment.
Yeah. He
Thanks for not giving us a choice.
he likes to, he is Aphrodite's son, by the way. Cupid.
Okay.
So he likes to shoot the arrow when the couple is together so that the next person you do see is the person you want to fall in love. But
Fair.
there are stories of him accidentally shooting off and, you know, he or she, whoever it is, looks at the wrong person and falls in love with that.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. Whereas the older story, because there's a lot of older stories we don't know about, there was a goddess and she was during this like Babylonian and Sanskrit times, right?
Yep.
And she had an arrow that would give you knowledge, discernment, and bring love to you as well. Cupid's has been kind of dumbed down a little.
Well, I feel like a lot of them have been washed of their intentional meaning or
Yeah.
original meanings.
Yeah, and a lot of them have changed from female to male
Mhm.
because when the patriarchy came in, they said we can't have a female that is that powerful. How dare they?
How dare you have females in power? I feel like we're going back there. Not willingly.
Well, hopefully, because it's supposed to be the age of the matriarch coming back.
Well, I mean, and yeah, it has to swing back through the.
And the universe's time frame is, much longer than ours. We
Yeah.
think, why does it happen tomorrow? And it's like, no, it's going to happen over at least a couple hundred years.
Yeah. Well, because a day to us is like a second to the universe, or like a year to us might be. Yeah, our time and their time, not the same.
Not the same at all. That's why when you go to the fairy realm, you can come back and maybe a day has gone by, or maybe years have gone by, and people that you know are dead.
Yeah.
That's the thrill and danger of the fairy world.
Mm-hmm.
And the fairy world's not the only one. There's also lots of different realms.
Oh, I was gonna say, what was I? No, I'm in a Percy Jackson. I read 2 really good books, and now I'm like, where's the third one? So now I've pivoted back to my tried and true. So I've gone through Harry Potter, and Josh is like, you've read Harry Potter so many times. Will you read Percy Jackson? I was like, okay.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Yeah. Well, big moves for all of us. You've got the Knight of Pentacles out too.
Yeah, but I've got some 5 of Swords and.
Oh, 5 of Swords. Yeah, it was hiding under there. Huh. Those are nice cards.
I know.
They are very dark, but you're right. All of them have a light element to it. So there's always that hope. And that's the thing. You can never lose hope, right? Hope is the motivator. Hope is the thing that keeps you going, helps you to carry on even in the troubled times, right? Because happiness doesn't last forever, but neither does misery.
No, and I mean, there's things to be learned, right? Like,
yeah.
The things that are guaranteed in life are death and taxes.
And change. Yeah, absolutely. And death is just a form of change.
Yep.
It's just a really big form of change.
and it's funny because we think of things of like moving forward in life, and like it's almost like there's a little death for that transformation to take place. So like one thing winds down and another thing will take its place, and then it'll blossom into this awesome thing. So
yeah, exactly. And it's funny, like every generation, I remember reading a book about people in the medieval times, and they were complaining about the next generation and the changes that were happening, because it's usually the younger generation that embraces these changes, right? And it's sort of like I could see the medieval old guys kind of complaining, those kids with their rock and roll and their hula hoops, it's like every generation thinks this is the way it should be done. Why would you want to change this? And that never changes.
No, and it really doesn't. I didn't really get that concept until, boomers have, for example, and this is just an example, I'm not actually ragging on anybody.
No.
But like boomers have a tendency to rag on the millennials and vice versa. Well, now that's kind of changed to like Gen Alpha thinks that millennials are more like boomers, or like the other way around, because there's other people that are like, what? I don't know. There's like a bunch of competing thoughts in my brain. They're saying, is it Gen Alpha or is it Gen? What's after millennials?
I don't know.
Alpha?
I guess so.
Because we're considered Gen Z.
Gen Z, right? Because they're doing the alphabet, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then Alpha starts us again.
Okay.
Sorry.
But those generations will grow up thinking what they did was right, and you get nostalgic about the things like, oh, you wouldn't know what it's like to watch TV and have to change the channels.
Yeah.
And, the whole rotary phone thing. And
I just found it really interesting because the one guy, and he's younger than me because he's about 10 to 15 years younger than me. He's like, I don't want to plug in my watch or plug in my glasses or sunglasses. Like, just let it live its purpose for what it's purpose for. And apparently that's a very boomer mentality.
Oh, okay.
So it's almost like they're restarting, even though we have like the silent.
The old becomes the new.
Yeah. So like we have the silent and the great generation still, but it seems to like Gen Alpha or whoever he's that generation from is going back to the boomer mentality of like, it has a purpose, don't screw with it, and let it live its purpose.
Yeah, because some things do come back into fashion, so to speak,
Yeah.
right? And I think that's why tarot is so universal, because it addresses the issues that we all have as humans throughout the eons that we've been here, right? And that's why we respond to tarot. Now, some people respond with a negative, oh my God, it's evil, but those that are open to it realize, because it has been used in psychology and stuff, because it does evoke an emotion or response, a reaction of, oh my gosh, you know, this is what I need to look at. And it starts those hard conversations. And I often say, like, when I'm teaching people tarot, don't be afraid if the client cries. I'll give them the space to do that. And don't be afraid to push a little bit, nudge gently. You don't have to shove them off the edge that they're on.
I don't know. Depends on the client. Because I remember you looking at me going, oh, you'll be fine.
Yeah. Well, I know when I can nudge hard.
I'm kidding. She's fantastic. I'm just making fun of the fact that she's very good at when she's discerning. So, like, not everyone she can just go, here, swim.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. But I am that, you know, person who will kind of put you in the deep end.
Yeah.
And I'm
With
there.
support at first.
With support at first, absolutely. But, you know, you've been swimming in the shallow end so long.
Yep.
Like, come on out to the deep end where it's more fun, where there's more gifts, where there's more lessons, you know, because we think, oh, you know, I've learned everything I can. Like, even as a master tarot reader, there's still more stuff that I can learn about tarot. There's still more stuff that I'll see on the cards and go, I never noticed that before. You know, like, oh, even this. The sun is coming up on the mountains.
Yeah.
Right here. It's in a crown shape.
How have I never noticed that before?
Right? And temperance is when you've gone through hell and now you're ready to wear your crown. And it's weird that that is there, and I'm noticing that today.
That's fantastic.
20 plus years into tarot, and I'm noticing that today.
Well, and I think that's what's interesting about different decks too, right? Like as much as, and yes, the original deck is by far like superior and amazing, and you can do so much with it. But I find it really interesting how the art has been interpreted by other artists, and how that brings out, because like we're all gonna have an inherent bias.
Yeah.
As like whether we grew up with a certain thing or how we learned it a certain way, we're all gonna have an inherent bias. But also the artist has an inherent bias.
Of course.
Right? The person that wrote about the book has an inherent bias. And it's not a bad thing. It's just
no, it's not wrong to
their...
have a bias, but
No.
being aware of it is
Yeah.
where that maturity factor comes in, right?
Yeah.
And knowing, oh, I skew more this way or I skew more that way. And what if I didn't skew this time? And, you know, like as an artist, like let's say you skew to purple all the time, so you just use purple in your palette. What if I had a green, you know, and that sort of thing? I'm simplifying it, of course, but
yeah. No, I just find that interesting. And it also, like, does it not follow like the hero's journey a little bit? Just with
It
like
does.
the Fool and bouncing through the different
Fool
cards.
is the hero or the heroine, and they're going on their quest. It was on a cocktail napkin at a bar that I drew out the hero's quest according to tarot to a student.
Oh, I remember you used the back of a page during our class, but like
Yeah.
I remember you doing that.
How far up the mountain are you? How far down?
Yep.
And it makes a difference when you look at numbers, like the numbers of the suits. You can definitely use numerology and go, oh, 4 means you're going to level up, blah, blah. But where are you on the mountain, right? I've often asked that. I'm sure you remember me asking that. Where are you on the mountain right now? Are you on the side of it? Are you just beginning your journey? Are you at the top of it? Are you rolling down the hill? You know, that sort of thing. Because that helps you to know where the client is going presently, or maybe is right now in this moment. And it helps connect you to the client and the card and making sense in their story.
No, that's fantastic. And it's true. Like and it's so individualized too. Like as soon as the client can even give you a little bit of detail or not even about the situation. Like I've had someone come in for like career advice and I was like, wow, cards don't really want to talk about your career. Sorry.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you want
They
to
want
talk
to talk about your mother and
Yeah.
that relationship. And they go,
Yeah, cards call you out.
Yeah, they do. They do. Absolutely. And you know, like I always say to clients, you know, you can tell me the subject you want to look at, but the cards may have a different subject they want to touch on,
Mhm.
right? And I find those kind of readings are almost better in person, as opposed to online or email, especially.
Well, I feel like you can get some feedback too, right? So like
Mhm.
I've had a couple of readings not land. Like it didn't make sense at all to me because I don't know the context.
Mhm.
And if they don't give you anything, and that's totally their prerogative, I'm not saying boo one way or the other.
Mhm.
It's really hard to validate anything.
Yeah, because you're not, especially with the email, because you're not talking to the client per
Yes.
se.
Yes.
Now, right now, I've been doing over my vacation some email readings, and I've really enjoyed it, but I've also kept in mind some of their past history, right?
Mm.
You know, this client doesn't have a good relationship with their family, but they, you know, are feeling lonely or whatever it might be, right?
Yeah.
So I keep that sort of factor in mind. And so far, the email readings have been bang on.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah. Everyone's written back at, wow, that was an amazing read. They can't believe they only paid $10 for it. Because I still give them homework a lot of the times.
Nice. Your homework is always interesting. I remember. Actually, I was rifling through that binder recently.
Oh,
You know
yeah.
what I realized? For your, not for all, well, maybe for all of them.
I'm going to get a drink. Go ahead.
For most of your, remember your heap sessions that you turned into bloom sessions?
Yes, yes.
So heap, you at your cover page, you use the Druidcraft tarot.
Oh, did I?
Yep.
Okay.
So it took me a while because I was looking for something and then I had to move something in order to get access to what I was looking for, and that binder was sitting on top.
Oh.
So I was like, "What's in here?" And then I was like, "Oh, all of the heap stuff. That's awesome."
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. Yeah. Oh, that's amazing. Yeah. So, yeah. What else?
I don't know. I don't know. Let's pull some cards.
Yeah, let's pull some cards and see what's going on.
Here, I'll shuffle some up here.
All right, sounds good. Yeah, my Gilded Tarot deck that is my working deck is already starting to get looking like it's older
Oh no!
because I've been shuffling it a lot.
You
Because
do.
I've been doing a lot of $10 readings.
Yeah.
Which is great. Thank you for everyone that's purchased one. And, you know, a lot of people did more than $10 because they had more than one subject, right? So
Yeah.
$10
$10 per
is-
subject.
Yeah, exactly. So it's been fun. I've really liked it. It's sort of a change of pace too, right? Because sometimes you get, not that you get bored of tarot. I don't think you could, but sometimes you know, I've been doing it the same way. You feel almost stuck in a rut.
Well, it's good to flex that muscle, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I need to learn. I need to find the book first because I know there's a tree spread.
Oh,
I know there's many versions of the tree spread. I'm not saying that
Right.
I have the be all and end all on it, but I know there's one I was looking for specifically, and I just recently realized what book it was in.
Oh, okay.
So I gotta find the book, relearn the spread, because it's like been on my brain. Well, I mean, trees
Right.
are always on my brain, but
Oh, goodness. Oops.
that's a jumper.
Got it.
Ace of Swords.
Oh, sorry.
Oh no, you're good.
Put it face down.
Not face down. I can't believe people get hung up on that, eh?
Yeah. Yeah, they really, they get hung up. So sometimes I'm just being clumsy. Sometimes it's a jumper. And that's the thing. You got to see if it's a real jumper and be able to discern between the two, right?
Yes. very much
And
so.
also the reverse and upright.
Yeah.
You know, it's like I always say, who is it reversed for? Is it reversed for the client and then I read the reversed meaning? Or is it reversed for me and then I read the reversed reading, right? Or meaning or whatever. And it's like, really, that's where you should be tapping into your intuitiveness or your psychic ability of, okay, so let's see what's the first card. So the Fool is the first card. So that's where I kind of have to say, is this the Fool beginning his journey? Is this the Fool that, you know, it's reversed, so it's you know, don't start the new journey, it's too much of a risk or whatever it might be. That's where you tap in, right? Because I usually get it, so I turn the cards towards the client. And while I'm doing that, because I do 3 cards at a time usually and do 9 cards altogether. Okay, so 3 rows of 3. And I'll do the first card. I flip over each card slowly and I watch my client and see what their body does.
Yes.
You know?
Well, your body is pendulum, right?
Yeah, it absolutely is. Yeah. So when I see what they do, then it's like, okay, now I can help you read. I read all my cards looking at them reversed, but I don't always read them reversed, right? Because I want to see what the reaction is. So, like for me, I've got the Fool. So it's a new. I'm sensing it's a new beginning, and I'm ready to step off the cliff, as scary as it might be. And then I've got the 3 of swords, or wands, I mean. And it's interesting because in a lot of the 3 of wands, this guy isn't in this one, but they're often holding a globe.
Oh, yes, you're right.
And the globe is, he's looking out on water here with sailboats, which indicates travel of some kind.
Is that a new version? Because it looks like he's looking out not on water. Because it's not
well,
blue.
there's little boats.
Yes, there are little boats. It's just different coloring.
Little land boats.
Little land boats. Honestly, it looks like fire. It looks like he's going on a little lava lake.
Or he's in a wheat field or something.
Wheat field. Oh my God, I love it. Sorry, I wasn't trying to interrupt you.
These are the wheat sharks.
Oh my gosh, we should do an unhinged tarot version of like, okay, here's the original meaning, yes.
Yeah.
What could the possible story be?
Exactly. But he's got his walking stick. He's hanging on to it, right?
Yep.
He's got a stick beside him and a stick or a wand behind him. So this is saying the global is open to you, right? And that's interesting because I have been embracing the global aspect with the email and online readings, right? And with email, it's way easier to do international clients because I don't have to time it up for my time and their time and blah, blah, blah. I don't have to worry about time differences and stuff like that. But I've also got the wand that's standing beside me for support and love. And I've got the wand standing behind me also for support, saying you've got support. Take the next step, right? And 3 is always a go forward number. You know, so, and sunny skies, you know, the fresh blooms on the wand.
Ooh.
Things are about to blossom.
New springs, new.
Yeah. And then I've got the Death card as my next card, which means, you know, when you transition in any form, like whether it's love, whether it's, you know, having a new baby, whether it's job, career, that sort of thing. Because a lot of brides go into a bit of a depression afterwards because their whole life for the last year, at least, has been planning this wedding. And now it's done. And it's like,
What do I do with myself?
what do I do with myself? All my time was taken up with wedding stuff.
Meanwhile, I'm like, let's cheers to that.
Yeah. And some brides are like, yeah, let's move on now. But you always kind of mourn, like you even mourn when you move, right? You mourn the old house because you had memories there. Even if you're moving to a better place, you still made memories in this cute little small place that you guys had. So that this is saying that there's sort of a mourning time, an ending of something that's coming up.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
It's kind of very telling.
Yeah, exactly. So it's all good. It's all good. I wasn't expecting this.
Yeah.
You know, and it's weird, but it's okay. It's okay. It's all good. Now you have.
Well, this is accurate right now.
Yeah.
So, pretty sure this is Pentacles. Yeah, it is. It's in the corner. There's
Pentacles there too.
5 of Pentacles, which is usually you're not seeing your resources, you're outside the church, you're struggling.
You're not asking for help.
You're not asking for help. So that's accurate currently. Hierophant.
Kind of glazed over that one. I noticed.
Well, it's the end of summer. I know I'm going into work. Finances are a little tight right now.
Right.
So I'm like, that's accurate. I just need to like get through the next 2 weeks.
Right.
The next 3 weeks, I guess. The Hierophant, the teacher.
Yeah. Yeah, he is the teacher. That's where you're going.
Yep. So I'm going back to school, back to work. School and work are the same for me. I work with kids. So back to teaching-ish. I'm a teaching adjacent. I take my cues from the teacher and make sure her a
Yeah.
lesson gets delivered.
But you're definitely a very important guide,
Yeah.
you know, and that's what this is about, guidance.
And then the Page of Swords is interesting.
Oh, Page of Swords, she's got a message.
What's the message?
She's got to pull a message.
Hanged person.
Oh, a hanged man. Wow. Okay.
So that's a perspective shift.
Yeah. Well, last year you got something you weren't expecting.
Yeah.
Right? You like you were bouncing for a little while, and then you found like
Yeah, halfway
they
through the
needed-
year. Yeah. Yeah.
they needed you to be more permanent with a certain
Yeah.
child, which was great because you hated bouncing. And
I hate bouncing.
yeah, exactly. So yeah, you found your spot. You probably manifested that in. And now this year you say you're going with an older grade that you've never done before. You've always worked with the younger grades. So who knows? I mean, again, the school board does change its mind about things.
Always.
Yeah. So, and you're very good at going with the flow, I think. So yeah, the hangman is changing that perspective. Change not just the perspective, but the way you approach.
Yeah.
Because it's a different approach
That's
to
going to be
7-8.
key, I think, to
Yeah.
7-8 than
Key.
primary grades.
There's keys right
Then
there.
there's keys in the Hierophant.
Yeah,
So
those
that's
are
what I
the
love
keys to-
about this deck too. You kind of get the little nuances because there's like the fleur here
Yeah.
and the poppy. Would that be the poppy?
Oh yeah. Yeah. That's a flower.
No,
Yeah.
the flower
It,
part?
it's more of a rose.
Or the rose, not
Yeah.
the poppy.
Yeah.
So that's what I find really interesting.
And the rose is the goddess hidden.
Mm.
So a lot of people forget that. And these are St. Peter's keys, the keys to heaven,
Cool.
to all knowledge.
I like knowledge.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think that just says like keep on your path and I will eventually be teaching in some aspect.
Yeah. And you got the Page of Swords, which is education and legal stuff.
Yep.
And your message was the hangman, like, be prepared for a change.
I don't want to go back to school.
But I mean, change is like every year when we were in school as students, it was a new year, a new change.
Yep.
Perhaps a new teacher.
I think it has something to do more with my job and changing classrooms and things like that. But it could have other nuances later on. I also do, so the 2 jumper cards that came out were
okay.
the Ace of Swords. So that's a new beginning.
New beginning.
Uh,
School. Teachers.
Yep. And then the 8 of Pentacles.
Ooh, 8 of Pentacles. So there's an opportunity.
Yeah, so I would like to, I think this sees more of like, there's some opportunities I need to look for and take advantage of, but also be open to an opportunity that I may not be looking for. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like just be aware.
Yeah, and don't dismiss them so easily. I often do this in career readings, because and women are particularly bad for it. They feel when they apply for a job, they have to tick all of the boxes. And it's like, you know, there's a lot of monkeys in charge of shit they should not be in charge of. So if that's a job you want, if it sounds like a good job, apply. Because the worst they can do is say, no, we're not interested. And then you know, right? And you can even ask at the interview, if they do an interview, what more would you like to see? And you can add that to your resume of, okay, I'm going to do this then if I can, right? Like maybe you need your CPR or something.
Yeah.
And so
And
I'll go get
also-
the training.
Don't listen to everything you see online. You
Yeah.
know how many TikToks or shorts I've seen recently of people going, so like say you get shot down for an interview and they say, but keep applying. So like if they say, oh, you're not the best fit for this job, but please keep applying. If a recruiter or someone says that to you, this individual's perspective was they would have said yes if they wanted you. So don't take that advice and just keep going somewhere else. I would honestly sit with that and be like, do I enjoy this type of work? Do I see myself with this company? Things like that, because I've been told that. So to get into a permanent position in the job that I have, extremely hard.
Okay.
They don't take them very often. They're available, but they're very selective, and that's okay. I want them to be selective because it's people that they know they can move around and use in multiple different ways. And I think I've interviewed twice. It hasn't fit.
Okay.
But I also don't interview well,
Okay.
right? So I need to work on that. And also, maybe I needed more experience within the company. I've only been there 4 years,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
So,
So would you reapply for that job?
100%.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Like, because I was going to say, yeah, do reapply, become the squeaky wheel, as long as you're trying to improve your position in that. Because I have a funny example. When we owned a computer store, there was a young man that wanted to work at our computer store.
Okay.
And at first we're like, oh, we've got enough staff, blah, 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 right? He came in every other day at least. He would sometimes just hang out. He would say, hey, do you want me to help out with this customer? Sometimes he would see customers looking at like software that they could buy, and he'd be like, do you have any questions? Because he was very knowledgeable.
Yeah.
And we ended up hiring him because he was around. And he would also listen when one of the guys was giving a sales pitch or something, so that he
got
knew.
to add it to the data bank.
Exactly. So, it's like, well, you're here. We could use an extra pair of pants. Here you go. And it was his tenacity and his consistent showing up that made us just go, well, he's here. Let's hire him. And he knows his stuff.
He knows his stuff, and he's consistent, but he's also persistent.
Yeah, persistent. Yes, absolutely.
And determined.
Yeah.
It's like, and like, honestly, it takes a lot. And it's funny because it really is the employer's market again. Because so during COVID, yes, I'm trying to think of this correctly. During COVID, it turned into the workers' market.
Right. Yeah.
And then, so it's taken about 5 years to shift back to the employer's market. So, like, we're having to bend a little more. It's no longer the employee has an upper hand necessarily, or like the worker or the potential worker. Because if you don't fit in with what they want, you may not get chosen. You could have all the skills in the world, but ultimately it's subjective.
It is very subjective, and you really have to be good at sales when you're doing an interview, because you've got to sell them on the points that they're maybe worried about, like, you don't have this, I was looking for that, and show and sort of make what skills and abilities you have shine so brightly that it overcomes that lacking. I mean, some things are like, if you're a lifeguard, you have to have your CPR.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
You can't overlook CPR.
Yeah, exactly. So there are some things, like you say, that you have to bend on and go, yeah, okay, I'll get my CPR or whatever. Like, I don't want a doctor that, just thinks he's a fabulous guy and has never read
been to med school.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I didn't need to read textbooks. It's fine.
I've seen it on TV.
Should I tell you the joke? D's get degrees.
What's that?
So it's like, well, it's always funny.
Yeah, tell the joke.
I was always, so there's classes I was good at, and there's classes I wasn't good at in college.
Okay.
So there was always one class where I was like, oh my God, I'm going to fail, and like, blah, 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 blah. And overall, it didn't hit my GPA enough for it to really affect it.
Oh, okay, good.
So, but like, I got so stressed out one day. One of my friends turns to me and goes, D's get degrees. So even if you get a D in the subject, you're still gonna get your degree. Like, I know it was just a way of like calming me down.
Right.
But that does cross my mind a little bit when I deal with professionals in their field. Yes. I'm like,
can I see your full report card?
And a lot of it should be said for lived experience too. Like, don't get me wrong, I don't want someone operating on me that has.
I have a lot of lived experience. I should not be operating on anybody.
But if you've had the relevant lived experience, like if you were a combat medic and now you're a nurse, that's relevant lived experience.
Yes,
right? Like,
absolutely. Yeah, for sure. But I mean, that, again, like you say, it can be very subjective, but we have to learn as an interviewee how to sell ourselves, right?
Yes.
And sometimes, unfortunately, women have a problem with that because we're so conditioned to put ourselves down. We often have low self-worth. We're the martyr that always puts everyone ahead of us, not someone, but everyone ahead of us, to the point where our worth does lower. And then we wonder why people treat us badly, like our family even. Oh, they're always taking advantage of me. Well, are you allowing that to happen? Right?
Yeah, are you setting those boundaries? Are you making it clear that, like, I'm not standing for this?
Yeah.
Yeah, and because sometimes it happens in such little increments that you don't notice it at first.
Absolutely, yeah.
So you're like, hang on a minute.
Yeah, yeah. Well, my grandma, I mean, she was the mother of 11 children. And so, big family, big dinner
Good for her.
every single night. And, it got to the point where I remember as a little kid going over and her, kids, my aunts and uncles, her sons and daughters, I forgot what they were called. I'm like, they're my aunts and uncles. What are they to her? Her sons and daughters would say, eat, sit down and eat, because she wouldn't. She would sit everybody else down,
Yep.
make sure they were fed, and then she would feed herself.
My grandmother was the same way.
Yeah, and a lot of women from that generation did that. Now, not that you want to take the food out of your babies' mouths or anything, but, they were all grown up, and that's what they were trying to point out to Grandma. We're grown up. We can fend for ourselves. Like, we can figure out how to get food. Yeah. You've laid it all out. Sit down with us and get food with us, not after us.
Yeah.
Right? But the other thing is she'd gotten so used to cold food.
She's like, I don't know if I like it warm.
Exactly.
That's it. Yeah, I don't know. That's a hard one.
Yeah, right? And it's like, it's great to be a martyr, but, you don't have to martyr every time,
But if that's all they know, right?
Yeah.
Like, and it's, I don't know, it's so interesting. Like, the psychology of things, that's kind of like my special interest. So, like, every time I approach a situation, if someone's, like, losing their mind over something, I'm like, is it really this that you're losing your mind over?
Yeah.
Or have 5 other situations not gone your way, or have pissed you off in a certain sense, that this is the one that just breaks the camel's back?
Absolutely. And all those little ones that led up even to the big one, or the overreaction of a small one,
Yep.
often are about loss of control.
Yep. 100%.
It breaks that down, right? Because when we don't have control, we victimize ourselves, right? Like, when I was raped when I was 16 years old, so my reaction was my bedroom became meticulously clean. Like, for a teenager, I was beyond that. My mom was like, oh, this is great, right? And my grades shot up.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, because
it's usually the other way.
It is often the other way, but what I did was I isolated. I didn't hang out with my friends anymore. You could only find me in the corners of the library, and I was doing my homework for the first time ever. And my grade, like, my averages were in the 80s and 90s, right? Because that was my focus. That was my form of control.
Yep.
Right? Because I could control that. I can control the cleanliness of my room. I started losing weight. Because I could control my food. That was another big one too.
Well,
right?
control is a big thing. Like, 9 times out of 10, if you want to talk behavioral problems in quotations, because not all behavior is problems.
Right.
Behavior is communication.
Right.
And so I'm a firm believer that all behavior is some form of communication, regardless of what it is. So 9 times out of 10, it's a control thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm saying that I lose 9 times out of 10. I can't point to an exact study, but lived experience. My eyes have seen a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. And I read a book not too long ago, and it was a therapy, like how to approach therapy and all that kind of stuff. And it was written by a woman who survived the Holocaust. Oof. She was in the death camps and stuff, right? Yep. And she was even experimented on. So that just added another layer of horror, right? And she said most therapy boils down to grief therapy.
Yep.
And it's like, that's so true, because we're grieving the change. So it's lack of control or grief therapy that we're kind of always spinning with. And fear of abandonment is another big one.
Oh, 100%.
That's the trinity of almost every therapy.
Yep. I'm running through the, like, CBT, DBT. And I mean, a lot of what I know and what I've been schooled in is 10 to 15 years old.
Okay.
At least, 10. Sorry, I graduated 2015. College is 10 years old. So, like, I could see where we've probably made advances, and, like, this isn't done the same way because we've learned X, Y, and Z about trauma.
Right.
So the trauma-informed piece is really important. And I don't believe prior to about 10 to 15 years ago, it was really, like, it was there, it was talked about, but it wasn't focused on.
Yeah, because I've been reading a lot of history lately, and I love history. So I've been reading from the 1400s and the 1500s, and the amount of trauma these people went through, and basically their only guidance or counselor was their spiritual guidance, right?
Yeah.
The church. And it was just like,
That's a
and
scary
even,
thought.
yeah, and even they, felt like, well, no, this man was drawn and quartered for the right reasons. What are you so upset about? And it's
Yeah,
like,
and it's meanwhile the drawing and quartering is like traumatic in and of itself.
yes, even if you didn't know the person and you're witnessing this,
Which
like,
it used to be a thing.
it used to be
that
a
was
thing.
a form of entertainment.
Yes, it's like, how sick are you?
You want to talk about make a serial killer?
Yeah, right? It's just like, oh my God, the things that our ancestors went through,
Mm-hmm.
right? And,
Yeah.
and can you imagine if you used to be one of the executioners? Because like that's the thing. I mean, one of the first things when I was learning past life regression was the teacher said, nobody's Cleopatra, okay? Just put that out there.
I love it. But it's true. Like, one person may have been.
Yeah.
But of all the people on the earth.
But yeah, that's the old joke. Because like in the 70s when it was starting to become a thing in the Western world, it was like, oh, I used to be Cleopatra in a past life. It's like, sure you did. You were probably a peasant digging up potatoes.
Potato farming, very likely.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially if you have any Irish descent.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, yes. It's what got us through everything.
Yep. Potatoes, that's all we need. There's vodka, there's fries, there's
Yep.
the whole food group.
Yeah, you can bake them, you can fry them, you can boil them. There's lots of ways to do potatoes.
Yep.
And if you got a cow, you got butter. Bob's your uncle.
Yep.
Or in my case, Bob's my cat.
Oh my God, I love it. How is Bob? Is he liking the fact you're doing readings at home?
Yeah. He loves the cards, so he's gotten up there a few times when I've had them out. So yeah. Myrtle's still not speaking to me.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, she did speak to me this morning, but just to tell me that the food that I bought for her is shite. She was
The
doing
wrong
that
one, Mom.
pretend
Yeah.
carrying it. It's like, okay, I get it. I got the one that was on sale. I'm sorry. My deepest apologies.
Oh my gosh, I gave Bosco, so we had a cookie and it doesn't have an expiry date on it. It was like sealed.
Okay. But it was maybe not at its best.
Maybe it's not his best. I don't know. Maybe Bosco likes to hide. I think he likes to squirrel things away for later.
Oh, yeah.
Not that we've ever not given him food,
Yeah.
but it just.
My basset hound. I had a basset hound that did that.
Yeah.
Would squirrel things away.
Every so often I'd be like, where did this pizza. Have I told you this story? So where was I? I don't know what job I was at, but I was like, why does my shoulder feel weird? Why? And I was like feeling around because it was like up in here where you kind of can't reach. So I'm
Yeah.
like trying to figure out. Bosco had taken a piece of pizza crust that we gave him. My shirt was on the hope chest, which is at the end of our bed.
And buried it
And buried it in my shirt to the point I didn't notice when I put it on.
Oh my God, that's hilarious. That's hilarious. Oh my God.
Like, I regularly go through my clothes
Yes,
and
of
shake
course.
them.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
apparently I didn't shake hard enough that day.
Yeah. Oh my God.
And I was like, how? So every so often I have to go through the house when I'm like sweeping the floor and go, okay, that looks like it's from this week. Maybe I'll leave it another couple of days.
Right.
And like, we don't leave it so that we get mice or anything. And we,
No, he would, well, my basset hound would go back to it.
Yeah.
And, but he would get upset if you'd moved it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Or like if you're sitting on the couch and you haven't moved for a while and you've given him something, sometimes he'll use your blanket and then you're part of the whole cuddle food situation. And then he gives you shit for moving it. You move the blanket, you move his food, and you're like, I didn't know it was there, buddy. Sorry.
Yeah, right. I gotta get up sometime.
Yeah, he's like, but I did all this work. How dare you?
Yeah.
Oh my God, they're so cute.
They are so cute. Yeah, even after he had passed, because he was an older basset hound. And even after that, I had 4 couches in that house. Yeah, 4, maybe 5, but 4. And we went through the couches and we found all kinds of treats and goodies, from blueberry bagels to little mini Kit Kats. And,
Yep.
he loved chocolate. He could always smell it because he's a basset hound. They have one of the best noses outside of the bloodhound. And, but he would never eat it. He just liked to sit and sniff it. Because he did that with our chocolate candies. The first Christmas I had him, I forgot that, don't feed chocolate to dogs. But we had gone out and I'd wrapped some presents that had chocolate, like Laura's Secret or whatever,
Yeah.
and put them under the tree. And he had ripped them all open. And he was sitting there with open boxes of chocolate.
Just sitting there.
Yeah, he didn't eat any of them because I checked. I'm like, oh my God, he knocked a few out, but he hadn't eaten them.
Oh, good.
Yeah, so he didn't eat it, but he loved the smell of it. It's just like, oh my God. He knew how to open zippers too, because he would steal the sandwiches from the kids' lunches.
Dogs are, like, I'm pretty sure Bosco knows how to friggin' do doorknobs.
Oh, okay.
Like, a couple of our doors don't latch properly, like the inside doors, like one of the bedroom doors and the bathroom door, which ticks Josh off at all, because he hasn't gotten to the point where, like, when Josh is in there, he'll, like, open the door, but that's how he tells it. Instead of, like, going to the door to say, hey, I have to go outside, he'll go to the bathroom door, try to get in, because he knows he's not supposed to be there. So then I'll be like, do you have to go outside? Because I know he wants something. Right. He doesn't usually do something destructive outside of pop bottles unless he wants something.
Right.
So then I'm like, oh, you want something? And then I go down the list. But I swear, if we had, like, the actual handles instead of, like, the ball doorknobs, he would be like, yep, I'm going.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I learned to pee with the door open and other things because I had 4 dogs and they were not leaving my side. I had an entourage that would come to me. They always knew. Everybody in my house knew where I was because you find the dogs, you find me.
Yep. We've just taught him you can't come in the bathroom.
Oh, wow.
But he hates it. He's like, where did you go? Like, the other day, we both got up to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night. Like, it was like maybe 1, 2 in the morning. But because we both got up to go to the bathroom, he was like, oh, it's morning. Oh. You're both up. I'm going down to the couch. And I'm like, no, upstairs.
Yeah.
I still got 4 hours of sleep.
Exactly. It's just like the cats. They know it's not morning if Mark gets up, because Mark gets up ahead of me. And he says they just glare at him.
You interrupted my sleep. How dare you?
Exactly. And but when Mummy gets up and I go pee, then I go and brush my teeth, and the last spit, Myrtle knows that's the last one.
And then she gets treats.
And she starts to meow then.
She's like, okay, I got it down to a science.
Yeah. That's the last spit. Meow.
I swear the communicative, like, I know we have movies of, like, The World of Dogs, The World of Cats, or The Secret Life of Pets, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And as much as it is an exaggeration, I wonder how true it is.
Right.
Because, like, you can see the little gears going.
Yeah. And some of the dog things that you see done, or cats that they're doing on YouTube and videos and stuff like that. It's like, holy shit, how'd they know how to do that?
Oh, I love it.
Oh, yeah, me too. Animals. You know, like, I was just watching the series Mom, for anyone that watches that, but they were moving into this house where a family had been murdered, including their dog, but everyone was like, why? I know, right? And that's what everybody did, like, through the show. They had everyone, there was a whole family murdered and their dog. Oh, not the dog. We don't care about the people, but the dog.
No, there was... Okay, I'm going to let you finish, because I have a thought.
Yeah, no, I'm done.
Okay. Because we have a tendency to interrupt each other, which works out great for the podcast, but then it never revolves around us getting done stories. There's a new horror movie, and the director used his dog in the movie. Oh. Since the trailer has dropped, the spike of, does the dog die in the movie, has, like, the searching spike for that has, like... totally gone up.
Oh, that gets me every time. Like, even with John Wick, when the dog died. Oh, I know. I cried, and I was very upset. And Mark was like, it's okay, it's just a movie. The dog's still alive. I'm like, I know, they killed him there. And it was just, why would they do that?
I think we have, is it Homeward Bound? That not all of them make it? Or Old Yeller?
Oh, Old Yeller is a tearjerker.
I think we're all traumatized from that.
Yeah.
So any other movie with a dog, we're like, no, don't hurt the dog.
Yeah, don't hurt the dog.
Like, even the new Superman movie. I was like, oh, cool, we get to see Krypto, which is Superman's dog.
Right.
And throughout the entire movie, Josh and I, like, I think at the end, Josh and I looked at each other and we're like, oh, thank God nothing happens to the dog.
Yeah, right?
Only spoiler I will give you, the dog is safe.
Okay, cool. I love to know that the animal is safe, because I cannot...
Right? Like,
you know.
And even there's some dicey scenes where you're like, okay, good. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I started a book called Crime and Punishment. It's written by a Russian author. It's a classic.
I was gonna say that has to be a classic because I recognize the title of that.
Right. It's like,
Ooh. Yeah.
in that genre of what are considered classics. One of the first opening scenes is a horse gets beaten to death. I can't get past it. Like, I'm done. And I'm out.
Oh, well, it took me a couple of rounds to read Black Beauty because I know Black Beauty goes through some shit.
I haven't read that since I was a kid, but yeah, I read Black Beauty. And Call of the Wild was another great one too.
Call of the Wild. Josh has an affinity with, is it Call of the Wild or is it something else? You know how people have an affinity with some books that, like, regardless of how many copies they have at home, if they see a really good copy or a really old copy, they'll buy it.
Oh, it's like Catcher in the Rye.
Yeah.
A lot of people will do that with that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
And there are different editions, like, there's first editions, there's, autographed editions.
Okay, so here, I want your opinion on Book Talk here.
Yeah.
Hot takes. No.
Mm-hmm.
We should do a hot takes episode on tarot.
Sure. Yeah.
Like
what is a hot take?
So your hot takes.
Educate Nana.
Hot takes is your, like, it might be scandalous. You might have like a polarizing opinion.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So we could do like a special deck episode of hot takes. I know that's another thing for other people. So like if we ever do that episode, I will credit the right people.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also like if we wanted to, we could do like a hot takes minute and critique a deck. It's usually one of the tarot tubers I watch does it for upcoming decks. She'll
Mm-hmm.
look at them and be like, I don't know if I want this, and like this one looks a little unhinged.
Okay.
Because there's like what she wants to buy, and then there's like how she feels about certain decks.
Right.
And it started in the beauty community.
Oh, okay.
Like different products of like, hey, this is gonna change your life, and they're like, actually, it didn't.
Oh, okay.
So.
Yeah.
And then there was something else attached to that, and now I'm just
Broken promises.
gone. But yeah, hot takes on. Well, I feel like books. The hot take and tea on the booktube. That's where that was going. See, I found it back.
Yep.
That was actually quite quick too. Normally, I'm like, it's gone.
Normally, I watch her wander around for a bit.
Yeah. So we were talking about editions, and I've noticed with certain editions, whether they're from another country or they're like the Indigo exclusive or the Barnes and Noble exclusive or whatever, have like the sprayed edges and the like fancy cover.
Oh.
So are you like
I love fancy covers.
Yeah, fancy covers are pretty.
I love the feel of the paper. I love it when it's a little bit rough.
Okay, yes, I've noticed that because a lot of the stuff you write your spells on is very rough.
Yeah.
And, like textured, sorry, not rough as
Yeah,
in like...
but rough, textured, very. I like parchment, not every book's going to be printed in parchment, obviously, but, and back in the day, they used to do it by hand. Can you imagine? Like,
No.
writing out,
Every copy?
of the Bible usually is what they were copying.
Well, yeah, because there wasn't a lot of other...
Yeah, the printing press changed the world,
Yeah.
right? And, but I like the feel of the paper. I do tend to at least look at books by their cover. I don't buy them by their cover, but it will make me look, and I'll read the inside cover to see what the story's all about, and then I make the decision. But yeah, a good cover catches your eye.
It's true, because that's I went in. This is where I go. I almost need blinders because like I go in for one thing and then like I see things and I'm like, oh, that's pretty. I recently found on a recommendation again from TikTok. Not done a lot of those, but so far so good. I'm 2 for 2.
Oh, nice.
I found that book and I just so happened to be walking by to go pay for it because I knew if I wandered into the journal section I'd get lost and spend more money.
Right.
But I found it was like a lighter blue cover with a silver tree, and I was like, oh, I wonder what that's about. Picked it up. Yep, it's gonna be a story that came home. It's not I have to finish the current Percy Jackson book I'm reading, and then I'm going into that one.
Oh,
so
okay.
I'm not like 5 TBRs deep here.
Right.
I definitely need to curb my reading as far as buying.
Oh,
I
okay.
need to make it.
No one needs to curb their reading.
No. Don't ever curb your quest for knowledge or your reading.
Yeah.
But if finances are tight, libraries are your best friend.
Yes, that's true. That's true. Yeah, and if you really like it, then you can buy it, right?
Yeah.
Sort of a try before you buy.
Well, and even audiobooks are really good for that too. We were talking.
Yeah.
You do a lot of audiobooks like while driving,
Yeah.
and I do a lot of more like if I get ready, or if I have a long drive,
Oh, okay.
like
yeah.
from here to home or home to here. I'm not.
It's not. Yeah.
I'm not gonna throw an audiobook, but I have to go out of town tomorrow.
Right.
I'll be throwing on an audiobook.
Right. Right. Makes sense. Makes sense. Yeah, for sure. And yeah, I mean, but I love books, and I love the handheld book. I will do audiobooks because it's more convenient for the car.
Yeah.
Or whatever. But
Do you do Kindle or Kobo? The electronic readers?
No.
Okay.
No. I just do it on my phone.
I thought
I have
about it.
Audible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have Audibles too. I don't know how I like supporting Amazon more than I do. It gets enough of my money.
It is what it is, right? Like,
Yeah.
It serves a purpose.
Yeah.
And if it's serving your purpose to have more knowledge, hey, you know?
Yeah. I sometimes, it's an easy way to get some of the more not accessible. Well, it depends on how accessible it is. So, like, is it DJ Conway that has, like, there's, like, a Dancing with Dragon book that I was recently reintroduced to that I'm like, oh, I should read that.
About Dragonology?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've read all those books.
Is
yeah.
it good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Very good.
I don't know. I think it was because a friend of mine was mentioning something about dragons, and the person that was like running the class was like, "Oh, if you like dragons, and it was that book."
Right. Yeah, he's got about 5 or 6 of them out, I think. Yeah. So some of them are repetitive but there's added stuff too.
Yeah.
You know, whatever. So.
And I mean, I like looking at reviews because I've been burned when I haven't looked at reviews.
Me too. I like to look at reviews.
But at the same time, sometimes I will still take a chance depending on the book.
Yeah, if it's something that I'm like super into, I'm like, yeah, I don't care. I'll take it anyways.
Yeah.
And the worst that comes to it is I donate the book or, you know, whatever, if it's not useful to me.
And I usually try and look if it's 100 pages or under, I know it's going to be like an intro or like you need to read supplemental material to really dive in.
Right.
So if it's something that I already know like a little bit about and I'm looking for a little bit more meatier book, nothing over like under 100 pages.
Right.
Because I'll be like, that's not going to be enough time to explain what I want to learn.
Right.
Out of what you're talking about.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah.
Because I've looked at a couple covers and read a couple like the synopsis and I'm like, oh, this sounds amazing. And I look at the page count and I'm like, nope.
Yeah, fair enough. I've bought a few of those books that like come in and they're super thin. It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I bought one that was super thin. I opened it up. It was like kindergarten size print. It was like, oh, okay. We really don't have a lot here.
No.
But I did get a couple of grains out of it that were good.
Well, and that's where it's hard, right? Like as I said, I was moving stuff around this morning and I ran across one of my Celtic Shaman books and it's thinner. But she's meaty in the thinness.
Right. All right. That's cool.
So it's interesting.
Yeah. So we can mix books and tarot too.
Yeah, I like that idea.
Yeah.
Mixing books and tarot.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, no, that's a question.
Like next week we could just bring in what's the book you're reading currently?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay. That means I need to I need to finish Percy Jackson because everyone knows about Percy Jackson. It's a good YA. It's a good YA novel.
Right.
But I've started a few. Like some of them are like research based. Some of them aren't.
Yeah. Because I usually have 2 or 3 books on the go at the same time. Right now I'm reading about King Henry VIII's children.
Oh.
In the 1500s, but I'm also reading about King Edward in the 1400s. They're about 100 years apart, and I have to really.
I was gonna say, are you getting them mixed up? Because I would.
Yeah, and sometimes in the first sentence that I get kind of back, I'm like, okay, where am I? Am I in the 1500s or 1400s?
Oh my god, I love it.
I'm like, I made a deep mistake. I'm reading
Starting
with,
two of these books 100 years apart.
with the same like family story, intrigue, all that kind
Yeah.
of stuff, right? And it's like, oh my god, what was I thinking? You know.
Note to self. One history book at a time.
Exactly. Or at least different histories. Like read about the German, you know, history and the English history, not
Yeah.
both English histories.
Oh, that's funny.
I mean, the Germans get entwined with the English eventually, but
Oh, yeah. I always see, is it Catherine the Great?
She's Russian.
Yeah, she's Russian, but it was that was on Prime.
Oh yes, yeah,
Yeah.
it was, yeah.
So I keep seeing snippets of that.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, she brought a big library to Russia.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she did a lot of good things. She was great. And it's a
Nice.
myth about the horse thing.
Yeah. Mhm. I'm still, there was like one episode where they were trying to figure out if she was pregnant, and I'm like, and I get the wives' tale of like, I think it was you have to urinate on some sort of plant and it'll
Oh, yeah, no.
change of color.
Right, right.
And I'm like, so like I was paying attention to the storylines, but some of the like folk remedy stuff they did, I'm like, huh.
Yeah, some of it was legit. Others of it was like just total made up BS.
Yeah.
You know, let's do this. Like the whole leech letting. Oh, her humors are off. We need to let some blood. She's already sick. You don't need to take more blood from her.
Don't take the good blood.
Yeah.
If you somehow find a way to take the bad blood, sure.
Or the confinement that they do for women when they had children.
Yeah.
They'd board up the windows and stuff.
That doesn't make any sense
Because they
whatsoever.
didn't want evil spirits or bad air to come in.
Yes, but not allowing air equals sickness.
Yeah, even the washing of hands. It's an old story. I can't remember exactly who it was or where. I think it was in France somewhere, but don't quote me on that. There was a person that was washing their hands. I think it was the nuns. Yeah, because the nuns did one side of the hospital, and then I think men did the other side of the hospital, usually separating the sexes probably
Yeah.
in that day. And the nuns would wash their hands before they touched anybody. And then they would wash their hands again after, of course. The men,
Which is common practice now.
which would not do that. And the nuns had a lower mortality rate for their patients.
And it took them a long time to figure out why.
Yes, that was the big difference. That was the only real difference, actually.
What is hilarious is that's what got us through COVID.
Yeah, washing of hands. Like, even above masks and sanitizer and all that kind of stuff. Because when I was in the beauty industry, we were introduced to sanitizer. But the trick with sanitizer is it will not sanitize if you've already got dirty hands. You're supposed to sanitize after you wash your hands. Because otherwise, the sanitizer will clean your hands, but you just have clean hands. You don't have sanitized hands. So there's a little tidbit there. Learn that. Wash your hands, kids, even after pee.
So many times, the little ones. Looking forward to not having to say that, but then again, I'm probably going to have to say
Yeah,
that.
but I just peed. It's okay.
No. Wash your hands.
Wash your hands. Every chance you get, wash your hands.
And we don't take enough of, like, I'll change environments. Like, if I go from, like, I'll remember to do it while I'm at school.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes, like, if I'm at home, obviously, bathrooms without a question, I do it. But, like, coming in from the deck versus not when I'm preparing food, but, like, coming in from the deck to the couch. Should I wash my hands? Probably.
Yeah, right. And you don't
who
think
knows
of
what's
that.
outside?
And you touch so many surfaces.
Yeah.
And you don't realize how many times your finger goes in your nose. Even
Or your
as a-
eyes, or your mouth.
But all germs, viruses start in your nose. So even if you do this, you can have it. If I touch the table, now the virus is on the table.
Yep.
It doesn't last forever on the table, but it's there. And maybe in a split second, you put your hand down there, boom, you've caught my virus, right? So, yeah.
Oh, the cleaning protocols from COVID.
Yes, yeah. So,
You want to talk about trauma.
even over and above the masks,
Yep.
cleaning your hands is the most important.
Surfaces, high touch surfaces.
High touch surfaces. But people don't do that as much anymore. Like when I live in an apartment building, and when it was COVID, they were washing those handles like there was no tomorrow. They had, sanitizer machines going so you could just eat, The sanitizer machine is empty and has been empty for months.
I know. It's like, and it's funny though, because so when I work at the arena, we're touching high touch surfaces all the time.
Yeah.
So every about at least once an hour, I'm like, oh, sanitizer. And I'm like, oh, fuck, it's empty.
Yeah. Yeah. Because people aren't refilling them.
No.
And it's like, well, I mean, at least it would get your hands clean. If you do it a second time, then you're sanitizing, right?
Yeah.
But and it doesn't mean you have to sanitize twice every time. If you've just come from the bathroom and you've just washed your hands and then you go to a sanitizer, you just need to do it once.
Yeah.
But if you haven't washed your hands in a while, the sanitizer is only cleaning your hands. It's not sanitizing them.
Well, and I just think it's a good idea for like high touch surfaces, like if door handles and and stair railings and elevator buttons, and I'm gonna become a germophobic by the end of this episode.
Well, I press, and I taught my granddaughters this, I press elevator buttons with my knuckle,
Oh yes.
not with your fingers, because you put your fingers in places
Yeah.
more often than you realize, right?
Yeah.
You're not usually sucking on your knuckle.
No. I mean, there's always exceptions to every case.
Of course, of course.
If you suck on your knuckles, go for it.
Yeah,
There's no judgment here.
Yep, that's what.
But
floats
you're
your
right.
boat.
Like the likelihood of you actually, or like,
And a lot of people like use their keys or something like that, right?
Yep.
Even in COVID, I saw people using their feet. It's like, okay, there's a lot of germs on your feet too.
Yeah.
Like your bottoms of your shoe.
one of the good things that I ended up buying out of COVID, because I was doing a lot of elevators at one point, was that there's if I remember it, it's on my keychain. It's one of those like, but like instead of your finger, it basically acts as your finger.
Oh, okay.
Like,
yeah.
I
Yeah.
can't think of the name.
Oh, okay.
It's a button pusher.
Okay. But if in a pinch you don't have your button pusher, use your knuckle instead. And then wash your knuckle when you get home.
Yeah. You have a built-in button pusher right here.
Yeah, exactly.
All
Oh,
right.
well, that was good.
Oh my goodness, we did still talk for a long time.
Okay, well, hopefully you enjoyed this. If you're looking for us, find us on Goddess Garage on various platforms. Subscribe, please. Like this video, make a comment, ask a question. We're happy to answer. And it can be anything. Tarot, books, Reiki,
Yeah.
past life regression,
We
whatever you want.
Yeah, I like this idea.
Yeah.
Sorry, my brain started thinking of stuff as you started talking. But that is not the time to talk about this now. So I hope you have a wonderful day.
Yes.
Push all the buttons, and we'll see you next time.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.